Hello, we are live. Welcome to the show must go on line. Today's guest is Aneesa Folds. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. Today was a very busy day. There's a lot going on inside of the apartment.
I could only imagine. We are Freestyle Love Supreme week, so
Yeah.
It is like press central. How are you feeling leading up to Friday?
I feel great. I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody to see the journey. The guys is true babies. They're Muppets. They are small and just trying to figure it out. It's fun to see the journey and how it just keeps growing, and we're not going to stop. I'm excited for everybody to see it.
So have you seen it?
Yeah. Well, I saw it first at Sundance, where I went to perform after the screener. It was funny because that day we had come from doing another performance in Vegas, and then at 8 a.m, and then got on a plane to Utah, where as soon as I got out of the car, they were like, all right, go to the step and repeat for press. And I was like, this is what this is supposed to feel like. You don't tell a woman to get off of a plane and go straight to step and repeat. And I had to go find a bathroom before the performance because I was like, can I please just pee, please? It was really fun though.
Right.
It was like a very intense day, and then you forget about the altitude there, and I was like, what's happening to me? And Tom McHale was like, it's the altitude. You have to relax. I forgot.
Aneesa, I love hearing these behind the scenes things because you never think of that. Even with a Broadway show or any sort of theater performance, you see what's on the stage or you see what's on the screen, and you don't know the panic that happened beforehand or please, can I have a bathroom break?
Yes, please. I'm gonna pee my pants.
The sounds of the city. Are you in New York right now?
Yeah, Brooklyn. Where are you? You're away.
I am in Washington State, actually.
Right. How's that? I'm taking over the interview.
You did that last time.
I always do this. I just like to know what people are doing.
Please, this is the best. Side note, I was rewatching our interview from the theater, and it was so much fun. And when you just took the mic and you're like, I'm the reporter now.
Oh my God. I probably did.
So good. But it's great here. It's this little cabin, and I have an adorable dog who's just he's chilling outside. He might want to come in at some point, and then
Please bring the dog. Please bring the dog.
Okay.
Please bring the dog.
It's gonna happen. Inevitably, halfway through, he scratches at the door. But if I were to let him in right now, then he would be like, wait, let me out. And it's a dog's life.
It's a constant. They're never satisfied.
No, they're not. Speaking of which, have you seen Hamilton?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Hamilton. Hell yeah, of course. I'm going to watch it again soon. Not soon, I'll wait a bit. But it's just crazy to watch it now with people who haven't seen it in my life that are now like, oh my God, this is so great. And they're obsessed. Yes. But you're late.
I know.
But yeah, it's awesome. I'm happy that everyone gets to see it. Mm-hmm. I was just listening to the Hamilcast today and just hearing all the little things that people are picking up on after watching it again. And yeah,
it is crazy to see all these new fans and be like, yo,
where you been?
Welcome to the squad.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
I thought I should shout out some of the people I see commenting here. Hello, Lisa and Eva and Judy. Lisa saying, Aneesa, there's plenty of time to explore being a reporter.
Right? We have quarantine.
True.
Oh, God.
So what have you been up to during quarantine?
Yeah, just figuring it out. What a weird time we are in. It's wild because right before quarantine, I was so busy and I kept saying, I'm going to have a panic attack one of these days. And then this happened,
Right.
which is not what I asked for. But I just, at the beginning, I felt very overwhelmed and I was like being asked to do a bunch of things and be in a lot of Zoom meetings and Zoom hangs. And then I just found myself getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
As I would get in the real world when I was overwhelmed. And I had to force myself to take a step back and just rest because I was going for so long and I hadn't stopped in a while. And so, taking some time and then teaching with the academy for the kiddies, which has been just the joy. Taking a step back from things when I just don't feel like doing it, and trying to learn how to say no, which is something I struggled with a lot in all walks of life. But just been working on stuff with FLS and some corporate things and working with the choir I used to be in when I was a kid. And
Wow. That it is so important, though, something you touched upon, which is learning how to say no to this. And I'm glad you didn't say no to this, though, because we are so happy.
Of course.
But it is so true. I mean, even thinking back to March, which feels like eons and eons.
That was 3 years ago. What are you talking about?
I don't understand how this has all just been 2020.
We're in July. How?
What? No, I don't believe it.
I don't have time.
I know. I don't know about you, but like we've been doing like Pizza Sunday, which has been this like really nice, like constant something to like remember what day of the week it is, because that's so difficult. And like some sort of thing that like makes you feel like it's a weekend and something to like relax with. So that happened maybe a month and a half ago or so. And ever since then, it's just been like this really nice addition. So that's just my little.
I love that. Yeah. Make something consistent because we're missing that from our lives. Routine.
Yes. And we will get all into the Freestyle Love Supreme Academy, which is amazing, and so happy to be a graduate of it.
Good job.
Let's start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. And let's hear your origin story. How did you get into musical theater and freestyling and all of this to begin with?
I became an X-Men by just kidding. So
thank you for that. Thank you.
Of course. My name is Wolverine. And no, I born and raised Queens, New York. I just have always been into singing. And my mom put me in a sports program, and I was like, I don't want to do this after this like second or third year. And she was like, okay, you could have just said that. What do you want to do? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I like to sing. And then she put me in the choir in church. And then she put me in this program called Wingspan Arts in elementary school. What are you drinking?
Isn't it so fancy? It's just sparkling raspberry water, raspberries, and blueberries. Yeah.
I could do that.
It's honestly, these little things.
Frozen fruit.
These life hacks are just like they make it, and
this
having
is seltzer
it in a
too.
chalice. Yeah, l'chaim.
So then I was in 6th grade, and my teacher was giving out solos for We Are the World. And I was like really excited because I love to sing. But then I did it and I freaked out, and the teacher was like, wow, you can sing. Do it again. And I was like, I really don't want to. And she was like, do it again. And then she was like, you have to be in the musical. And I was like, no. And then this other girl, Raven, was like, I want to be Bloody Mary. And the teacher told me, you're going to be Bloody Mary. And I was like, but she wants it, so she should have it. And then my mom came to a teacher conference, and Miss Zerner, the music teacher, was like, listen, Aneesa has a gift and she doesn't want to use it. You need to talk some sense into her. My mom was like, oh, I will. You're doing the musical. So I did that. And then Miss Zerner, she just kept putting me to like do things and sing in concerts for the school. I didn't want to. I was so shy. My mom, she just kept pushing me to put me in things. I was in a professional children's choir, which is what I've been working with now, Wingspan Arts Theater Conservatory. And then I just started to love musicals. And then I was introduced to In the Heights. And yeah, that was the one that made me want to audition for schools, because I like musicals and I was interested in them, but I didn't really see myself that much on stage.
Right.
And I just didn't know. I needed proof that I could do it. I don't know if In the Heights proved to me that I could do it, but it was familiar. I know those people. I grew up with the people and the culture on stage, and it was familiar. It's New York, and those are my friends, and it just felt so familiar. That's it. And it just made me say, hey, you can do this. They're rapping on stage now. You know, there's salsa and bachata and all that stuff on stage now. It's changing. So you don't know what could happen. So I got some confidence and auditioned for schools. I was still scared all my 4 years, but my life has been a series of people pushing me, and I thank them all.
Wow. Well, it's amazing to think, because there are some people who want to be pushed, they in the back of their mind, they know that they have the talent, they have what it takes. So I just need that nudge. And some people are like, no, please stop.
I was so scared. A crippling anxiety as a kid, just so shy I wouldn't speak. So
wow. That's so crazy to think about after having seen you on stage and getting to know you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I still struggle with it in tiny ways. It's not being able to say no to people or stick up for myself in certain situations. You know, I'm trying to work through it all. It's been a life journey.
Don't I know it? Yes.
Yeah.
Anxiety, even with this, I've been trying to work up the courage. Sometimes you reach out to someone, or you reach out a second time and you're like, oh, I feel so awkward about it. But at the same time, I hear from other people that that's what they do. So it's not like this is out of the norm, but there's that voice inside of you that's like,
of course,
why are you doing this? Or blah, blah, blah. And
caring too much about what people's reaction is going to be of you, you know? That's something that and then to be on stage, you have to completely let that go. And that's why I like doing Freestyle Love Supreme, because you don't have time to think about anything. Right.
Yes. Yes. I want to talk all about that. I am hearing Slim bark, which means that this might be a good time. Slim. Come to Auntie. Do you want to come in? Now he's he's literally just giving me this look. Want to come in, bud? No. I'll just leave. Oh, here he is. Hi, bud.
Cutie. No. What kind of puppy is that?
Slim is the bestest. Oh, he got out of frame. He'll come back in frame. He is a pit bull mix. He's a rescue. He is the bestest dog that you'll ever.
Oh, hi, Slim.
Hi, bud. Hi. It's very hot today, and that makes him.
Oh, yes, it is.
Very confused where to go and what to do. You know.
Am I wrong for being okay? I don't like quarantine, but I'm okay with being quarantined for the summer right now, because I don't. The New York City subway platforms feel like the devil is slapping you on the face. Yes. As soon as you walk down there. And I had to do some traveling yesterday. It was my first time feeling like a little bit of normal working. Right. I got to work with Jelly, Andrew Bancroft, on a project, and we met in the city, and it was real safe. We were all in separate studios. Yeah. But then walking through the city and trying to with that mask on my face, and I felt like I was going to pass out. Still wore it though, but I literally was like, I might die. This is okay. I just was having a lot of trouble breathing. I hadn't eaten enough food, and then I was like, oh, this is it. It's hard with in the summer with the mask. So I'm not mad about, unless I'm in the mountains or a beach,
Right.
but
I miss being in like pools and beaches and all that part. So because we have a backyard here, we literally have like a kiddie pool set up with like a little whatnot, and Slim and I just hang out, and it's
you got to do get in that pool and drink your wine.
It's a good time. It's a good time. It's very enjoyable, and just spending time with this dog who is the light of my life. I love him so much.
Aww.
And I agree with you in the sense that like I would never have wished for this at all.
Yeah.
But having the opportunity to be here and take a break from some of the stresses of the real world and kind of like making your own schedule, because everything is just like when it is, and you can do stuff during the day or night, or like I tend to be a night person, so I'll like sleep late and then I'll wake up, whatever, and I'll like
when do you fall asleep?
Ooh, Aneesa. What a question.
Tell the people the truth. I don't know the truth. I'm just being annoying.
Recently, during quarantine especially, I feel like it's just gotten like worse and worse. So like midnight is like standard. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2. Who's to say?
Midnight. When did you go to sleep before?
It's interesting because I guess with a lot of theater, you get home at like midnight at the earliest, 1 o'clock. So I guess I've just been doing the same sleeping as normal, except there's just no transportation. So it's just like the idea of like you're done with your day and you're really tired and you're like, oh, but I can't sleep. So then you just toss and turn for like X amount of time. How about you?
I have some severe sleeping issues. I'm self-diagnosed. I know Andrew is too. So we always talk about that because Jelly's like, his eyes are always so wide. I'm like, how are you awake when I know for a fact you don't sleep? I did not used to have this problem. Your girl used to be able to sleep anywhere at any time. No. For some reason now, the mind won't stop racing. And like, if I don't take something, which is like some melatonin that I've been taking, if I don't take something, I don't go to sleep. Even still, I don't take the melatonin until later. But like, 3 a.m. is pretty, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Yesterday, I went to sleep at like 1:30 because look at you. That was good. It's just, it's especially when there's not things, I don't have anything to do, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's kind of been that journey throughout quarantine to like, that's like why I started the SHO Must Go Online, is that I needed some sort of realness, some sort of reality that like,
I love that.
I'm still a theater reporter. I still can do my job.
And all the people you have access to right now, like that's awesome. Do you drink coffee?
Aneesa, so cute. Do I drink coffee?
I don't. And that's the problem. It's like I don't sleep and then I wake up, I'm tired, and I don't drink coffee or anything. Lynn put me on to this Red Bull because he used to drink this Red Bull backstage, and I was like, I don't know how you drink that, but I don't sleep, and something has to give. And he's like, here, try it. And this was like early on, not early on, but it was like when we did a few shows together, and I was like, you're just gonna let me taste from your soda? Like I can just drink. Okay. And then I drank it. It's really good. It's the yellow Red Bull. It tastes like Fanta. Except I did drink it once before a show, and I thought my insides were like this. You have to give yourself some time before. But yeah, I don't drink coffee, and I'll have those if it's before a show. Very, very rarely, if I absolutely need it.
I can't understand that. I'm such a devoted coffee drinker, specifically of the iced flavors, and
smells good, but I don't.
Aneesa, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you don't get that part of your life, the iced coffee enjoyment of walking around with an iced coffee in your hand, which is like a way of life for me.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm okay. I'll take a smoothie any day.
True.
True.
I do love a good smoothie. So let's talk slightly more about FLS. I'm sure people are loving this like real talk of our lives.
It's truly banter.
It's the best. It's the best. It's what the people come for. Give the people what they want. What other types of, I guess we should start with like how you got into the squad, because I know, but like maybe other people want to find out how you went from the academy into Broadway.
Yeah, as I said, I had been a fan of In the Heights, and then because of In the Heights, I found out about Freestyle Love Supreme, and I went to the first show with my friend Nikauti, because she introduced me to both, and I was blown away because I'd never seen people doing this kind of theater before, where it was improv but music and rap, and it was just so cool to me. And I'd seen it on stuff like Wildin' Out and stuff, but that was all people just dissing each other, which I am scared of. I'm afraid to rap battle somebody outside the Freestyle Love Supreme. Like, please don't be mean to me, please. I just can't do it. It's funny because Caleb Milady, she introduced me to this thing. It's that a bunch of the guys used to go they used to go to back in the day. It's like Freestyle Mondays. And then Ukars was like, when he found out, he was like, did you spit, Nees? Did you spit? Like, I used to be there all the time. Hell no, I didn't spit. These people are dissing each other to each other's faces. I will cry on that stage. I am shy and I'm anxious. No. Anyway, so I'm not shy anymore, but still my insides can't take anything.
Fair.
Yeah, so I just fell in love with what they were doing and that it was a positive thing. And I actually told this to someone earlier, is I recently, during quarantine, what are you going to do? I went through my old Tumblr, my high school Tumblr, college Tumblr, and I found this post that said, just saw my second Freestyle Love Supreme show. I would love to be a part of something like this. And that is just a testament to what's for you and just the journey. And I just ended up where I was supposed to be. So I saw that they had the Ars Nova show last winter and I missed it. And I was so sad I missed it. Yeah. And then I saw that they were having the academy. So I just randomly one night signed up for it and completely forgot and didn't think anything of it. I thought a bunch of people would sign up. You know, I tried my hand or had wanted to try my hand at, what was David's thing at the Public called with Raphael?
Oh, the bars?
Yeah, you know, something like that. I was trying to figure out if I could get into that before. And then I saw you had to do a video stuff. And it's a lot of work, so I didn't end up doing that multiple years in a row. And then I saw that at the academy, so I signed up for that. And you know, a couple of weeks passed by. I really forgot about it, and then I got in. And at the time, I was so excited, but I couldn't. I was like, I can't pay for this right now, and I'm about to leave to go do a show for 2 weeks in Missouri. And, you know, they just messaged me back and they were like, no, we want you here. Pay when you can, but do it. And like, it's going to be worth it. And it was just, I mean, you know, it's such a fun environment. You know, as someone who has been freestyling for a long time as a joke, not, you know, I don't talk myself to be anyone professional or like an actual real rapper. I don't know. But I had this in me, but I had never used it or applied it to something like this. And to get to use that, it's just so fun. It's like, I don't know, I just had never used it before. And I was, of course, nervous walking into this new space, but seeing everybody just jumping in, being so vulnerable, being so open, being not afraid to fail, because that's what it is. Like, you don't have to be the best rapper. You just go in there as yourself. That is what Freestyle Love Supreme is. And, you know, for me to end up on Broadway as myself, as an actor who's been in this career with so many, you know, how do you say rejections? I don't know. Real drunk off the seltzer.
Damn seltzer.
Oh my goodness. So many rejections where you start to internalize these things and start to think, maybe this is not it. Maybe it's me. I was in callbacks for waitress for final callbacks a few times, and you know, the latest time it happened, my manager was like, all right, we got to go get some lessons or coaching on this, because what gives? And I don't know. Yeah, and of course is it me? But it's not. It's as an actor, for when these things happen, they can be so minuscule. But you're a few inches off from the person before you, and it sucks that it has to be that way, but it is. But then again, what's for you is for you. So, you know, working in that environment and you getting to know Chris, there was an opportunity that came up where him and Jelly were asked to perform at this National Sawdust thing for the veterans. And they needed a third person. They needed a singer. And nobody was available. And then Chris was like thinking, and he was like, oh, one of our students, maybe Aneesa. And I had to figure out that whole thing because I was in a show at the time, and there wasn't coverage, even though there should have been. That's another story, because
there should always be.
And especially if it's an equity show. But, you know, some people don't have their things together. But I was like, this is the greatest opportunity of my life to perform with these people. I have to go. And they couldn't find anyone, and it was a whole thing. And the producer left this horrible message on my phone. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what this means for me, but I have to go do this thing. And I've been thinking about leaving that show for a while, but I went and I did that FLS performance, and I was scared out of my mind, but I felt it just felt so right. I felt like I was in the right place. I took the right choice and did what I had to do. And then I ended up quitting that show because of how I was spoken to, and I didn't want to do it. And it was into the unknown, because I was going to do a show at North Shore Musical Theater, but after that, I didn't know what was going to happen. But I knew that this was what I had to do. And I went to work at North Shore, and then I ended up getting an email like that first day to come audition for the cover at Telsey. And then there's that whole story. That's another thing where I had to figure out how to get there. And then I took the train at 4 a.m. to go into the audition room with Tommy Kail, Chris Jackson, James Eichelhart, like shitting myself. And I was so scared, but it was the most, when you are an actor, you audition and you start to, I don't know, I had developed this audition anxiety, with the rejection and stuff. I started to hate auditioning. I didn't want to go there because I felt like, I used to tell my friends, I was like, here I go, auditioning for no reason again. It just was like, all right, cool. But I went in there and it was just great. Because, how do you audition for Freestyle Love Supreme? With people. We have to see how you relate to everyone. So it was truly us in the room at Telsey having a party. I was so scared, but we had microphones and amps, and Tommy was like, all right, do this, go. And we were just playing back and forth. And like Chris Jackson and James kept being like, sorry. And I was like, all right, great. I need to go catch a flight because I had to get back to do a show.
Right.
Got on a flight. It was delayed. I was crying. The flight attendants were like, girl, you okay? And I was like, no. Everyone was texting me, my manager, the artistic director of North Shore, where are you? We're about to start the show, because I had to be there, and I thought I was going to make it. But I, got into the taxi cab after we got off the plane, and was putting on my wig prep in the back seat, and then got to backstage and walked on stage for my first entrance, first line, didn't miss anything. And that was crazy. I was like, yo, okay, this means to me that this day was worth it, because old me, I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to tell the people at North Shore, hey, I gotta go. No, I didn't want to let anybody down, but it worked out. And then got a call like a few 2 days later. But I was asleep. But then I listened to the voicemail and I called them back. So
That's a great voicemail.
Yeah.
And I love that story even shows how you became ready for a situation, like how we were saying at the beginning of this show, that like sometimes you have to go from a flight to the red carpet to the thing and you're like, I need a break, but sometimes you don't get that break.
Get it, yeah.
And you just like, you rocked it because you had to. There's that like adrenaline rush that is just like, I have no other choice.
Yeah. And I wanted to. I mean,
yeah.
That's the other thing. It would have been different if it was like, no, I didn't want to. But I had a really great experience at North Shore, and I wanted so badly to be able to be there again. And it was, I don't want to let down my cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they saw that because I was like, are y'all mad? And they're like, no. It was a whole thing. But yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
When I walked on that stage for that entrance, my cast was like, it was very tough.
Having a supportive cast is the best.
Yeah. Good people.
Yeah, just like the great people at Freestyle Love Supreme Academy.
Yeah.
I love them so much, and we've been doing these like rap recesses online that we used to do in person, and it's such a cool thing because they've been doing it really throughout quarantine. And at the beginning, I wasn't really ready. My mental state wasn't in that space. And, more recently, I've noticed that it gives me, especially like the Sundays at 2:00 here, 5:00, New York time, it gives me that like sort of routine. And like, even if I'm anxious or I'm feeling down, there's something about being in that room with those people and the lightheartedness of freestyling and not being judged, and you get to try your brain. Like, do you find that this is just like a different energy than other kind of groups?
Absolutely. As I said before, I'm afraid to battle rap, but it's not about that at FLS. And I feel like that could be that could be a deal breaker for a lot of people that want to pursue something like this, or I don't know. I don't like battle rap. It's cool. It's fun to watch, but I'm offended for you.
Right.
That somebody just said that.
No.
But yeah, it's just a different environment. I know that every time I teach the kids, no matter what I'm feeling, it's been so fun to watch them just learn and take this in, especially virtually teaching. I was like, I don't know, I'm real skeptical about this. And just watching the way that they have been absorbing it all and growing has been just the most fun.
Oh, I love that. I was just thinking I need to message my cousin Eric, because I'm trying to think how old he is. 15? It's like, I remember the day he was born. And so it's like a weird thing to think that he's like now a human that like does things and like drives. Nope, that's weird. But he loves that type of stuff. And I've been meaning to
15,
yeah, right? That's a good, well, I guess he was
the class
13. That's what?
That's a class I teach.
Oh, really? Oh my God, that would be so much fun. I'm making a note. Message Eric. I have these little sticky notes with notes, and it's great. Sticky notes with notes. They're great. What are the odds?
So
yes, which has some other fun things I'd love to talk about. But I was thinking this could be a fun opportunity to stop chatting and start either singing or freestyling. What do you want to do, Aneesa Folds?
I don't know. We could get words from people.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay. Friends, comment them. I've seen you commenting this whole time. I want to hear like a few good. What?
I'm sorry. Please continue. I'm the worst.
You are the worst, but
yeah.
Yes. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna give it another second or two because it kind of takes like a hot second to get these in. And I was thinking, should I beatbox for you? But I'm gonna say no because there's a bit of a delay.
Yeah. Can you share the screen like we do on the thing? Is that I'm being annoying?
No, you're not.
I don't know how to do it.
I am trying to figure it out. I don't know what it would do if I did this too.
I could play something over here.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm afraid if I press the share screen button, it might do something.
I know, that's why I'm like, I would do it, but if something went wrong and technology stopped, that.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing. I'm gonna put this away. I was like trying to figure it out, but I won't. Because imagine, I already had too many issues earlier.
Right. That's why I was like, because normally I would like wait a little bit longer to do this, but I'm like, let's just get this.
Yeah, let's do it. You got some words?
I do. We have even a throwback here. So wait, turn it down a little. One more down. Cool. All right. Slushy.
How's that volume?
I think that's good. I'm going to see if everyone else can hear you, but talk for a second and let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what was the first word?
Slushy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Get on this beat. I might be a little rusty. Go to the 7-Eleven, I get a slushy. My name's Aneesa, no, you cannot touch me. But what's up? Don't hush me. Shh. I don't know. What is the next word? Show.
Gesticulate.
Come in. What you heard? Yeah. It's 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to the club. I gesticulate. Yeah. I'm feeling great. What's the next word? So I can maybe take. Oh.
James Bond.
James Bond. You got it going on. Yeah. You're looking so fly. James Bond, you're my number one guy. Yeah, you get it really sneaky. Looking really freaky. You writing all your notes, yeah. What's sneaky? What?
Coffee.
Coffee in the morning. Yeah, we doing it on and on. And I don't eat coffee though. I drink it. Just kidding. What you thinking? This is chaotic. Wow.
Summer.
Yeah. In summer. What a bummer. Yeah, it's Quagmire. Giggity, giggity. I'm staying inside. F the humidity.
Yes. Oprah.
Yeah, yeah, you know I'm eating that okra. I'm going to get a new car from my girl Oprah. She got like a big ass house. I'm trying to be there. I'll even be a mouse. Yes. I don't know. I would really like to live in her house though.
Interview.
Yeah, this is the best interview that you ever did seen. Yeah, sitting here with SHO. Yeah, Freestyle Love Supreme. It's Aneesa Folds on the mic, if you know what I mean. And maybe later I might clean something. Or maybe I might sing, eat an onion ring. Yeah, maybe I can get some things. Thing one, thing two. Cat in the hat. You're not stopping me. How about that?
Yes, oh my God. This is the best. We're going to do one more. We're going to end it right here before there's two more.
Yes.
This is last word. It is laughter.
Ha. Yeah. What's the only thing I'm after? I got the punchline. You bring the laughter. Yeah. You know it's all played. I like to mix my Red Bull with Gatorade. That is not true. It just rhymed. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Sometimes you just say whatever comes to your head and it doesn't make sense, but keep going.
Yes, like it's the best because it's kind of like that what's that called when like your brain just kind of writes down all the words that you're going in, like the free flow stream of conscious.
Oh.
my my teacher used to have us like start the class sometimes, and we would just like, back in high school, it would be like, here's 5 minutes, just write down whatever you're thinking. It doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. And I found that to be so helpful. Shout out Mr. Walter Alter, the best. And that's kind of what I think of with doing freestyling, is that like there's no right or wrong answer, you know, unless if someone's like swinging you up and having you do like that great punchline, but there's no like right or wrong. It's just like whatever you say, and then it's so much fun.
Yeah, the best.
Amazing. Here, wait, we have some new comments.
Fun with friends.
Yes. Oh, yay. Okay, people are loving this. And Judy said we started and ended with her, so that's exciting. Thank you. Thank you for those great suggestions, everybody.
Yeah.
We had some good variety, which I like too. That was so much fun.
Yay. Going
to like FLS too, and like making sure you got there just early enough that you could like scribble something on the page. Did you, back in the day when you were also going?
What a great question. Because no. So I remember one show I went to, I don't remember where it was, but I remember they were doing the words by Twitter. That was cool. Wow, it's playing music again. They were doing the words by Twitter, so that was cool. We could just tweet in the words, and they came up on the screen, and they would grab it from there, which was so sick. But no phones, no more. But no, it's really funny because when we were in rehearsal, and they were like, "All right, we need to practice doing Day in the Life," and it's like sitting here in this new 42 rehearsal studios, like my dream. Like they're trying to do an example of Day in the Life for us, and they're like, "Do you have one?" And it was me, my personal Day in the Life done right before my eyes was just incredible.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I was lucky enough to also have a Day in the Life.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yours was better because you got it on stage. That's awesome.
Yeah, but you were like also on that stage, so I'm. That was
like your grandma.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I wish, you know, I love that they're not filmed so that you can like really be in the moment and not have to worry. But like also, you know, like I remember bits and pieces of it, but I was just like so in the moment and remember like loving every moment, and my face just like beaming so much that I was like laughing so hard, and just seeing all those different aspects of my life like played out, and like Grandma and Annette being like played by FLS members, and then talking about my life and the coffee and like just every aspect of it that you don't necessarily think of, like all the details of your day, but then when like, you know, Anthony says like, "So what'd you have for breakfast?" And you're like, "I'll let you know, but I also had like this really cool thing happen to me, and I don't want to forget to tell you the cool thing happened." Like, are the details in FLS something that like people might not think about if they're just going like, "Oh, it's a freestyle show, it's new every night," but it's those like little details that like either Anthony will ask, or whoever's doing that mic one for the night, that like aspect that you get to think of, what are those like little questions that I need to ask as a follow-up in order to do my job, that like kind of grew as you were with Freestyle Love Supreme?
I just, the way that Anthony and Jelly, you know, Jelly is very influenced by Anthony when he does it, but also does it in his own beautiful way. The way that they're able to relate to people and sit there and just really get them to open up and make them feel safe. And I just think it's so awesome. And I don't know, you just got to, he really does a good job of getting them on his side. Were you there? I feel like you might have been there. There was this one show with this guy who's from Jersey. I don't remember his story. I just know that he was such a character that he got.
Wait, was it the like Italian?
Yes.
The, like,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
He got a standing ovation.
Yes.
And then I remember UTK asked a follow-up question. He was like, "Where you been, man? Come on, we already did that. What are you talking about?" And it was so, I don't know. But yeah, I personally would pee on myself if I had to do mic one, but you know, who knows what the future will hold. I don't know. But I think that they do a really beautiful job at just talking to someone like they're friends.
Right.
And I think that that is what is special and make people want to just tell us about themselves.
Get over here. Get out of here. Get out of it.
What a big bada boom. What are you doing? What are you talking about? We already talked about that. What the hell?
I already told you. Haven't you been listening about my daughter? Stupid.
That was so funny. I've almost peed on myself on that stage a few times, though.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
They're stupid.
So, okay, that was such a good moment. And there have been some really stellar people up on that stage, like Sis, love Sis.
Yes. Sis
So
has
great.
her own platform now.
I know. And I had Sis on this interview series.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just, and that was like because of FLS. Like,
Amazing.
I met Sis because, you know, Sis went up on that stage
and
made
stole
an
the show.
impact.
Stole
and,
the show.
Oh, amazing.
I was in the audience for that one.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Are there any other moments, like, you know, either a special guest or, you know, you being up on that stage that just has, like, now that you've had a little bit of time to, like, think about it, that has really stuck with you?
Yeah, it's wild getting to meet people through this, and, you know, getting to work with people that I've watched growing up and stuff. Wayne Brady. Stupid. Like, it's so incredible to get a true masterclass from the King, Wayne Brady. He is phenomenal and just does all these things and is fearless. And that's the most incredible thing, is to watch him not care and go into new games day of 15 minutes before the show. And they'll be like, Wayne, you want, he's like, I'll try this, but has never done it before and doesn't care. And changes the game and did things on stage that we were, even the OGs, like Ukarts was like, I'm stealing that. Like, I learned this from Wayne. Like, you know?
Yeah.
And getting to meet, you know, the celebrities that would come, that was crazy and awesome. And for them to acknowledge me first, because, as I said, I don't like to, I'm scared. Even Lynn, when he first met me, I was like, let me hide in this corner. He was like, Aneesa, hi. I wasn't hiding, but I was just like, I'm not gonna go up to you first. I don't want to bother you. But it's a cool cheat when you're on stage and the celebrities can come up to you because they saw you do the thing. So that's fun. But yeah, some certain stories and things that have stuck with me. Probably my first show with UTK, when he it was wild meeting Lynn for the first time and just going right into doing a show with him. Meeting UTK for the first time and going right into doing a show with him. And that's such an interesting way to meet somebody. Like, who does a show like that where you meet this person for the first time earlier that day? That's insane. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm the new kid here. I don't want to, you know, I'm the new kid and I'm the youngest person on stage. Don't want to step on anybody's toes, but like, okay, nice to meet you. And we were doing, I think, what's that called? Second Chance. And he, it's been a while.
It's been a long time.
He heard me sing for the first time, and I just remember him being like, breaking character. And he was like, whoa, Mom, did you hear what that judge just did? She sounds great. She could do it again. I was playing a judge in the scene. And I just started dying laughing. He was like, no, for real, keep going. And I just started singing and like going off. And you know, when you sing good, people are like, I'm gonna throw a shoe at you. And so the guys just started throwing shoes. And I kept singing, turned around, and was like, in my old world, turned around, and there were chairs and shoes and like water bottles and clothes. And that was really fun. But then getting to do True with UTK later that day, and I like spit whatever, and then he spit, and he literally said on stage, like, yo, this is the first time we're meeting tonight to everybody. You're great. You're about to learn more about me. And then told me about him being sober for these many years. And like, I don't know, it's just a beautiful thing. And I'll never forget that. And I think he'll never forget that. That was the first time we met, and it was just crazy. And then, you know, working with Lynn and watching how he does things, just working with everybody in general. And there were some special times. I remember my friend Emmy came to see a show, and we got the word timeless, and I was like, I don't know, I'm supposed to go first. What am I supposed to do? And then I looked in Emmy's face, and I was like, yeah. So in college, senior year, we had a friend pass away, like 2 weeks before graduation. We were all supposed to graduate together, and he passed away from like the meningitis randomly. And yeah. So can you imagine the trauma of all of us just like losing our friend? Like what? And so I just started rapping and like crying while I was rapping. I was like, yeah, Emmy's here, and our friend Patrick, like he meant this much to us, and all of this, and like say less. I know he's not here, but to me he's timeless. And I just started bawling. Audience stood up. Like first time, I don't think anyone I was the only one besides that guy. I don't remember his name, from New Jersey, that got a standing ovation in the middle of the show. But everybody stood up and started clapping, and then all the guys came over and started like hugging me, and they were like, "This is for Patrick. This is for your friend." And what show do you get? What show? Where does that happen? It doesn't. It's just this most special, one of a kind thing. And there's so many moments that'll carry with me, and there's so many moments I forgot because it's not the same every night, and that's just as much fun when somebody reminds me.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that hit me right there, because it is true. Y'all just like give your hearts out on that stage, and it's such a unique time and space and opportunity to be in the room where it happens. I had to throw like one. This
is the third one.
I know.
You've done 3 so far. I'm keep counting. She got a shot glass.
I love that. Oh my gosh. And Eva said that she was at that show. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It was that was
that's a lot. But the show before that you were talking about with you and UTK, that was the day I went on the stage, was UTK's first performance.
What the heck?
I know.
Yeah, it was like the whole Ain't Too Proud cast was there, and
yeah,
I think like I don't remember the other cast, but yeah.
Right, and that added this like almost scary element for me, because they were like, and the cast of Moulin Rouge and this and that are here, and I'm like, cool. I'm just gonna go on the stage and hope I don't make too much of a fool of myself.
You're perfect.
Thank you, my dear. Yeah, people are just crying over there. It's cool. Lisa, Judy, I'm crying. I'm crying like they're talking about at Disney in Japan. I'm crying on the inside and not. Did you hear about
Scream
that?
On the inside, yeah.
Yeah, that's Japan. I love you. It's from Japan. Big fan. Big fan. Okay, so a few other things. I was trying to figure out which way I want to take this, but I would be remiss not to ask you about what it is like being a Black woman in theater, especially now with all of the Black Lives Matter movement and protests and speaking out against injustice and wanting more people like Cody backstage and all the different elements of it. Can you talk about that part of your journey?
My Cody, who should have won for the Actors Equity election, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, this time has been, we've been going, and now we're torn away from our everyday lives and forced to sit with ourselves. And just everything that's going on with COVID and the stress of that, and then to add the murdering of Black bodies on top of it, and I'm happy that we have to sit with this. I'm happy that so many people have had the time to sit and reflect and be held accountable, and also just think about how their language and actions affect other people and other humans, and just learn what human decency is and what is appropriate and what's not, and that we're unpacking things that Black people have been like afraid to be vocal about because they don't want to be labeled as angry or a troublemaker or one of the bad ones. Or, I personally have had it, especially in the early weeks of June when all of this was at its height. I was like not in a good place at all. It brought up so many wounds and so many microaggressions and things and working. And I mean, most of my racial situations dealing with racist people have been in theater, like in theater settings, and so it's just a lot of things that I've been carrying, as I said earlier on, as we were talking about me not liking confrontation and being shy and not standing up for myself in certain situations. It's all of that stuff. Like, so many things have happened where I've just held my tongue and sat there because I don't want to fight. I don't know how. I don't. It's not me. I've had some things just sitting and thinking about this that I felt guilty about not speaking up about. And I have to forgive myself because these things should have never happened in the first place. So I'm working on that because it's been hard. And I've had some uncomfortable conversations with friends that have said things, and, it's caused me to be uncomfortable around them for years.
Wow.
And so I've had to just, to say like, hey, you've said some things and it makes me uncomfortable. I literally have to step on my toes around you because I'm afraid that you're gonna, another microaggression might slip, or, but I'm just happy that we're talking about it and people are thinking and learning, and that, there are changes being made to theater, and LaDuca finally put those extra shades in there without charging the extra fee. And can I return my shoes and get those shoes for free? Because it's about time. Y'all took too long, and we already said this. Why do I have to go through the extra trouble to get shoes that match my skin tone? Why do I have to go through the extra trouble to get tights and undergarments for shows to match my skin tone? Why do I have to go through the extra trouble of doing my hair by myself because you don't know how to deal with black hair and put on black wigs on black people? Because you went to school and you were taught how to deal with white hair only because that's the norm and that's what you know. But my hair is not normal because you don't know how to deal with it. And I feel bad. I've apologized so many times to creatives. Like, I'm sorry. Upon getting a show, and the wigs, I have a lot of hair. I'm sorry. I have to unlearn that behavior because it's not my fault. You should know
beautiful hair.
Thank you. And you should know how to accommodate, and you should learn how to deal with my hair. It's not me. It's not my fault. And so many of my friends have dealt with that. And we sit and we're quiet and we feel bad. And I've dealt with threats of hair supervisors being like, we're gonna have to cut this off. Like, no, we're not gonna have to cut this off. You need to learn how to do what you're doing. Why aren't there brown mics? Why is my mic white? Things like that. It's the little things just to make us. Black lives matter. So the little things matter. Like, these things that we internalize and don't talk about, we all talk about it. Collectively, all the Black people in theater, we have these conversations. We do. It's just now we're finally being like, hey, since you guys want to talk about Black Lives Matter, let's do the work so that people don't feel othered in our own community.
Right.
Let's make the changes,
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing all that and opening up. And I couldn't imagine, and I'm sorry that that's happened, but let's change the narrative.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do the work.
Time's up, y'all. Time's up for so many things.
Absolutely.
Right? You should not, as a female, as a Black person, Black female, trans folk, there's never a reason that you should feel othered because someone else has put you in that box. And I'm so tired. They
don't know how to do their job. Yeah.
Right. It's like you have such a gift, and I want your gift to be able to be shown to the world without that extra baggage and weight being placed on you that you have to apologize for anything. Because, girl, you don't have to apologize for nothing.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope that we are making the changes, and I just hope that people continue to have uncomfortable conversations and stand up for things. And I hope that people that are allies step out and actually be allies, because there are also so many situations where things have happened in front of my white castmates or coworkers who just,
yeah.
And even if where I have been in situations where I'm so uncomfortable to say something, you have power where I don't. So if you see
Right.
where something is wrong, please, because I'm tired. We're tired.
Yeah. Right.
It's just, yeah.
It's no longer, it's our responsibility to stand up beside you, alongside you,
Absolutely.
with you. Mm-hmm. And that's, I see Judy commented in a book study of, so you want to talk about race, they talked about microaggressions last night, and I'm learning and I'm working on being better.
And that's all that you can do. That's all we can ask. If you just make yourself aware,
right?
That means a lot. It really does.
Amazing. Right. There's so much that I didn't realize I didn't know. And now that I know, I'm going to keep that right here. And I'm going to be the best ally and friend I can be on all the issues. And I've been thinking a lot about it with like race relations and pronouns. I've been adding she, her, like everything. And I, helpfully corrected someone the other day when they misspoke, because sometimes you slip. But also, I want to be that helpful friend as, a straight.
And it's not even a big deal. Just say, and correct yourself. It's as little as that. And I know I used to freak out and be like, oh God, I messed up. It's literally just, sorry.
Yep. Sorry, move on.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Generation Z, because I truly feel that the generation below us is doing the work. I feel like I've noticed, because in certain programs that, the choir that I used to be in, and just seeing the younger generation speak up and calling people out.
Right.
This is why we have to change things. This is why things have to change, because we have to do the work for the future so that these kids are not dealing with the same thing. This is what it's about. That is why we're doing the work, because we're actively working on changing our world in general. Things that were okay before are not okay now. I constantly am correcting my parents on things. And I feel like because of the younger generation and because of everything that's been happening, as I said, I'm working actively to stand up for myself. And because of everything happening, I've been inspired to speak up for myself in so many different walks of life. And I don't think I would have been able to do that. And I don't think I would be working on that as much as if it wasn't for just being inspired by people around me and just the world right now, and the kids that I know that are much younger and generations below me that are speaking up, and just
such a good point. And to tie it back in with FLS, like, it's something that I noticed Anthony was really good at asking and making it so normalized, like, hey, I'm Anthony, he, him, in case if it comes up. And if someone did accidentally misgender, you just take a moment and be like, hey, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. It's actually this. And seeing that up on a stage on Broadway was really inspiring for me.
We use the platform. That's what it's about. And I love that. I love working with humans that get it.
Yes. Yes, humans and dogs like Slim.
Hi, Slim.
Gets it.
Welcome back. He's out of here. Yes. Oh, I think he's on the couch.
Yes.
That's how I lay down too.
This is my favorite.
Give up. Just give up. Cutie.
And look, he's just hamming for the camera.
I know. That's why you did that. We see you.
Yeah.
Really, shake that tail. Get him.
Yes, Slim. Okay, so I want to be conscious of your time. I just want to ask quickly if there's anything, because We Are Freestyle Love Supreme comes out this Friday and we have a few days to kind of like prep. Is there anything, like any little tidbits or Easter eggs or thoughts that we should kind of keep in mind while we watch it?
I'm like, what my mind immediately went to? I was like, create a drinking game in your head right now. Give it to SHO. She'll tell everyone. That's what just happened. But I can't think of one. Maybe every time they say mic check. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's super fun to see the guys as babies, and just truly how the journey happened, and you know, the story of how they came together. And I'm so glad that Andrew Freed, who's, you know, Jillian spoke with him. He's the person that was filming and the guys all those years ago. I'm just, it's wild that he decided to do that, and then it's just turned into this huge thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm excited for everyone to see it.
So excited. I remember seeing some folks like filming us at the one off Broadway and thinking like, what are they doing? Like, even we were getting some like signatures and photos in the lobby because it's fun to be a fan, and thinking, I can't wait to see what they use with this. So, you know, I don't know if they used any like fan stuff from the lobby, but it was cool just like seeing that process, and like, especially being a reporter and videographer, I love just seeing some of the behind the scenes. So I just
and apparently I think that, so I saw a cut, but I don't even know what the final cut is going to be. Oh. So I mean, I wonder if it'll change. We'll see. I'm just excited as you are.
Awesome. Yes, that's amazing. And so where, are there any nonprofits or charities that you'd like to give a shout out?
Sure. Definitely Broadway for Racial Justice. I love what they're doing. So check out them. Breonna's Taylor's Killers are still living their lives. So let's go to standwithbree.com, and that's where you can find more resources, where you can call and you can sign petitions. And I mean, you had my friend Sean on here, and they are starting a Black-owned business where they're going to be opening a coffee shop. And I've seen Sean do many events where they get people together and do music, and I'm so proud of them. So please donate to that, because it's time to invest in some Black people who are doing good in the world.
Yes, yes. Zuni's Cafe. I cannot wait. Please go. Amazing. Sean's been doing twerkathons, which are so much fun.
I was on one the other day. I was like, you really want me to do this, Sean?
That's amazing. Yeah, just combining my love of coffee and Broadway and racial justice, and that I can't wait. I'll definitely make a trip out to California when they get that up and running.
Yeah. Better have some smoothies, because I don't drink coffee. But I'm a girl.
I'm sure. Just make sure Sean knows that, and they'll just like smoothie.
Yeah.
Amazing. And where can the good people find you on social media?
All at Aneesa Folds, Aneesa Folds, like Ben, like folding a paper, like folding laundry. My parents heard it all. Carol folds the laundry. Carol folds the paper. Like, I don't think that's very funny, but.
Thank you. Thank you for all of those. Amazing. Thank you so much. Y'all can find me at B-Way Show, as you see across this lovely banner here from Chelsea Hill. Thank you, Chelsea. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. And if you want to join this super cool community called the Showtreons, we have a B-Way Show Patreon, and we do monthly video chats and trivia nights like tonight coming up in an hour. And we're going to have a Freestyle Love Supreme viewing party on Friday. So many fun things that you can join. Now's a great time.
Yeah. And Freestyle Love Supreme has an academy. Join that too if you want to rap.
Please do. If you've been ever thinking, hey, this freestyling or beatboxing or improv, that sounds like fun. Do I have a lot of the talent to do it? I'm gonna take us out by just doing this. Look at you go, Aneesa Folds. You can do things that you didn't know. So thank you so much for the chat, because this was all the best at bat going for you. I got the friendship. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you at the show. That's it. See you later. Bye. Freestyle Love Supreme comes on Friday.
Bam. Period.
Bye.
Bye.